honestly, right now, I live in a place. Yeah, it's a double wide trailer with 3 bedrooms and 2 baths on like an acre of land, whatever. But I don't worry. I don't worry about
Yeah,
like my bills,
yeah, I
like
know.
my internet, none of that. My whole overhead is less than like 8 grand per year, and then my disability pays me like 24 grand a year.
Yeah,
So I mean, my overhead's so low, I still save like 5 grand a year and invest off of my disability, let alone what I'm getting from my divestments from my investments or my dividends. I'm sorry, not divestments, my dividends. And then if I keep my dividends below a certain number, I don't have to claim capital gains on that, and I don't have to claim taxes on the 24 grand I get from disability. So yeah, I'm happy where I'm at. So I don't need to do. I know you want more from me, but honestly, where I'm at is so comfortable. Like you can suck my mashed potatoes.
yeah, I know. I know. I'm just saying it would be nice if it could happen naturally, where it was like, oh shit, this is amazing. Like where we could create like a gush fund.
Yeah, well, it took a lot of hatred and a lot of heartache in order for me to get where I'm at, and that's why I feel justified for what I'm able to do. I mean, I don't feel, dude. I don't. It's not like I'm living like a Lamborghini baller life.
Do you have a bronze star?
No, they put me in for a Bronze Star with Valor, and they got demoted to an Archon with Valor.
Huh.
Yeah, but it was heroism under fire with the V device. There's been less than look at how many V devices there've been. Google that. How many V devices have there been since 2001?
Oh wow.
No, that's a real statistic. Look it up, bro.
No, no. I mean, I'm just saying that.
Tell me the number. Google it. You got 5,000 fucking Googles around you.
No, I'm saying it's an interesting query. I'm not gonna Google it. I don't want to research it.
You don't want to know the number?
No, you tell me if you know it, or you can look it up yourself.
No, because I don't know the new number because I haven't looked it up since like 2012.
Well, I don't know. Just look it up on your phone I gave you.
I'm on the burner phone, dick.
Yeah, we'll look it up on the burner phone.
All right, Jesus Lord.
I mean, when I worked at Google,
Stop talking. Stop talking.
this is the highly neurotic motor mouth room in Adrian Timmon
On the
house.
fucking phone talking to you, and I was on fucking Google Speak. But if you keep talking, your words show up on my fucking Google Speak, dick bag.
I hope Farida's getting a laugh out of all this.
Not deployed. The other stolen valor, unrecognized heroism. The fuck is War on the Rocks? I don't even know what the fuck that is. According 2.7 service members have served downrange. No, that's actually 5.4. Data, Pentagon, number of reports, far from the truth. Here we go. U.S. Army Congressional Research and Service and RAND Corporation. Medal of Valor. Nope. That's honor. I want valor. Alright, now I gotta re-Google this. This is so long.
Can you invite some people to the highly neurotic motor mouth room?
Honors of Valor. Thank you. Department of Defense. That's fucking good night. I need my glasses. You're making me fucking do this shit. Silver Star, Service Star, Honor, Army.
Those who you swear never to disobey, never to arraign or murmur at aught that comes to you from his hand, never unwillingly to do or suffer aught that necessity lays upon you. Is this oath like theirs? You swear to hold no other dearer than Caesar, you to hold our true selves dearer than all else beside. How shall my brother cease to be wroth with me? Bring him to me, and I will tell him that to me I have nothing to say about his anger. When one took counsel of Epictetus, saying, what I seek is this, how even though my brother be not reconciled to me, I may still remain as nature would have me to be. He replied, all great things are slow of growth, nay, this is true, even of a grape or of a fig. If then you say to me, now I desire a fig, I shall answer it each time, wait till it first flower, and cast its blossom and ripen, whereas when the fruit of the fig tree, those will you swear never to disobey, never to arraign or murmur at aught that comes to you from his hand, never unwillingly to do or suffer aught that necessity lays upon you. Is this oath like theirs? You swear to hold no other dearer than Caesar, you to hold our true selves dearer than all else beside. How shall my brother cease to be wroth with me? Bring him to me, and I will tell him.
Buffalo wings on steroids. Now, regular buffalo wings is good and all, but these right here are killer. Meat umbrella, team blue cheese all the way. Hit it with some olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic, some baking powder for extra crisp. Cooking these on my char griller Acorn. Olive oil, fresh garlic, chili flakes, everything bagel seasoning for more texture. A little bit of barbecue sauce for some sweet. A lot of buffalo sauce. And you know I gotta hit it with a little bit of that Reaper rub by Blazing Star. And then some butter. Now look at that. Crispy wings, smothered in that sauce. Now if you're a fan of buffalo wings like I am, you'll love this recipe. Give it a shot. The pickles set this off. That's straight line. That's one.
Three.
I was gonna say 1. What do you have to say about that? You want me to show you my award again for Valor? And there's been 3,500 of them as in ever U.S. military history.
No, I was only asking because my college roommate, I was looking at his LinkedIn today, and he's a Bronze Star recipient. So, and
Yeah,
then
they put me on for a Bronze Star with Valor, and they downgraded it, but because of my S3 shop, and like the S3 shop guy never even fucking left Camp Taji. Like, you know, which is a big ass base, like 4 miles by 3 miles wide. That had a Taco Bell and a Walmart worth of a PX and all that shit. Like, you can get anything you fucking wanted. Like, you know, you just get on a little bus and go, you know, back and forth from your barracks. Very little chew. That little chew fucking sucked my dick. Bro, these motherfuckers, he put himself in for a Broad Star for S3 shop duties for exceptional duties. And, like, he didn't get no Valor with it. It was just a Bronze Star. He ended up with a Bronze Star. But they killed 3 fucking people and saved like fucking 5 soldiers' lives. I got the fucking award for fucking saving 5 soldiers' lives, and this motherfucker downgraded me to a fucking ARCOM with V because he didn't want me to have a Bronze Star with V because he fucking hated me.
Yeah.
He was a douche.
Yeah.
That's literally why I don't really care about fucking awards, man. They really don't fucking count for shit. Because there's so many fucking bureaucratical motherfucking fucktards, in between, A and B. What, you gonna hit your triangle and tell me you have never had a lesson?
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. You see like people in their 90s that go to the White House and get uh, the Medal of Valor, and it's amazing how when you have Medal of Valor, that's the only medal where the president salutes you first. You don't have to salute the president. I think that's the coolest thing about it.
Well, look, that's not the Medal of Valor. That's the Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor. I'm sorry. I was sending somebody something. So I know this guy who was extraordinarily wealthy. Now he's just very wealthy. And he did a lot of work with the Medal of Honor nonprofit society or whatever, where they help Medal of Honor recipients who are financially struggling, achieve like a very nice standard of living. So if you're a Medal of Honor recipient, you apply and they'll grant you, and they'll basically put you on like an additional monthly income or like help you pay off debt or whatever your financial problem is. They will help you solve it. And it's just a bunch of like very wealthy people who have created this Medal of Honor society, and they go to Gettysburg every year. They do all kinds of things with these Medal of Honor recipients. So it's almost like a social club for rich people and Medal of Honor recipients.
Yeah, I know who they are. I've been invited as a +1 a couple times.
And that's because I had a business mentor in college who worked for Citigroup, and he was worth like 300 million, and so that was one of his charities that he worked with. But he lost 250 million in the stock market in '08 when Citigroup went to 70 to $1. He sold it all at $3. If he would have held on, he would have been even richer.
Dude, in '08, I bought a full. Dude, I read the quarterly report for Ford during, because GM was about to go bankrupt and all that jazz, and I read the quarterly report for Ford, and
In many ways, as has been seen, Saturn and Scorpio, it imperils the reputation, may bring scandal or unpopularity, and badly aspected, may cause reverses or downfall. Its influence upon the health is rather perilous in early life. Though that period safely passed, it promises a long life. It is, however, a position very favorable for association with mystical or secret societies. Saturn and Sagittarius. There is in nature perhaps little harmony between Saturn and Sagittarius. Saturn is slow and heavy, Sagittarius swift and transient. Sign is one of many-colored light. The planet is dull as lead, but Jupiter is lord of Sagittarius, and just as in the Roman mythology the heir of the elder god overthrew his father, the impulses of the active and spendthrift planet accelerate the slowness and loosen the selfish. In many we may now turn to the grand yet sinister figure of Martin Luther. Here Mars, Saturn, Venus, and the Sun are in Scorpio, divide in pride to the sense of self. That his life force and his self-pride are all brought together in Scorpio may explain the secret, though perhaps unconscious, real source of his break with Rome. The conjunction of Venus with Saturn is a further stimulus to this inherent dissatisfaction with clerical celibacy. In Goethe we find less violence and more adroitness in the emphasis of his ego. Saturn just above the horizon is trined by the moon and has the illuminating square of Uranus, all of which harmonizes the personality with the instinct of preservation. This instinct is strong but clever, and we comprehend if we do not altogether applaud his sword and his diamond buckles. In many ways, as has been seen, Saturn and Scorpio. Saturn is squaring Mars, Jupiter, and Neptune, sextile to the moon, or trine to Uranus. While there is plenty of self-preservation, the moon and Uranus both in vision. The disproportion, the dispositions are consequently not altogether bad, but the great wisdom was undoubtedly used for material ends. Sir Humphrey Davy has Saturn in Scorpio, but Jupiter and Neptune are conjoined in sextile, Venus in sextile, the Sun and Mars semi-sextile. Here is much favorable modification of Saturn, who is rising. Thus the self-force rendered bright and tender by such aspects is in complete harmony with the personality. Here strength is wedded with gentleness, and we can understand readily how he was able to give his life to its purpose without upsetting his contemporaries in bitterness and controversy. We may now turn to the grand yet sinister figure of But Saturn's strength is not aided by fortune. Fictions were bound to bring the natives' ultimate downfall. The unfortunate monarch Charles I of England had this position. Here Saturn in opposition to Uranus is close to the cusp of the fourth house for an ill end to the matter, and he received no notable help. But we can gauge the desperate quality of the native struggle to hold his inheritance, the secret and mendacious and fatal paths trodden by him in that attempt. An example of overdevelopment of the self is seen in Thomas More. Mars and the moon are in conjunction with Saturn to give recklessness and dissipation, Mercury in opposition to make it blind. Only the sextile of Jupiter adds a touch of geniality, which made him welcome only as the companion of an hour in a tavern or a parlor. Compare particularly in this matter the case of J.P. Morgan. Saturn is squaring Mars, but Saturn's strength is not aided by fortune. Similar remarks applied to Lord Brougham. Here Saturn in Scorpio gives a harsh, unscrupulous purpose which is developed in material affairs by the sextile of Jupiter, but Mercury just above the ascendant conceals Saturn effectively, though he is the real director of the inner thought. The self-seeking of the great lawyer wore a mask of tact, wit, and amiability, beneath which the corrosive acid of his purpose ate away his enemies. Compare with this the nativity of Archbishop Laud. Here Saturn has the conjunction of Venus, is square of the moon, and an opposition of Jupiter, who in the ninth house signifies religion, with no help beyond the semi-sextile of the Sun. It is the typical selfish and intriguing prelate, Saturn on the cusp of the third house, constantly occupying the mind with ambition and the lust of power. But Saturn's strength is not aided by fortune. Similar remarks apply to Saturn and Scorpio. The quality of secretiveness of Scorpio and its order to death make it a sympathetic menstruum for Saturn's rays. There is naturally, however, something deep, obscure, and sinister in this position of the planet, and when it has a fair chance it will give such a tone to the ahamkara, the name given by the philosophers of India to the ego-making faculty, or the Saturn force in the human character. While this position Saturn tends to produce a character both masterful and subtle, the evidence of this peculiar effect is not easy to find on account of its very habit of concealing itself. In the case of Tennyson, it was so covered by external graces, in particular the influence of Venus, that it is only from private sources that we know the traces of the Scorpio self. Saturn and Scorpio.
Well, Solon, enough.
Okay, that's been a reading of astrology. Okay, I'm gonna do some meditation music. This is just simple Zen bells.
The pineal gland has tiny little cilia, hair-like extensions all around it. When you hold your breath and you finally let your breath out and you allow that cerebrospinal fluid to accelerate, the acceleration of that cerebrospinal fluid begins to stimulate and tickle those little cilia. And as it begins to become stimulated, the pineal gland begins to release very sacred chemicals. And when you apply a mechanical stress and you begin to compress those crystals, the compression of those crystals begins to produce an external electromagnetic field. And now the brain goes into a super conscious, super aware state. And the brainwave patterns that are created are called gamma brainwave patterns. And gamma brainwave patterns are associated with super consciousness or super awareness. That is the release of the Kundalini.
Rewire with Dr. Joe Dispenza, streaming on Gaia.
Navon's business travel platform? It completely ruined my life. You see, I've been the great...
Okay, this is 432 hertz temple bell meditation. This is 30 minutes, no talking. Shh.
In 5 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut this space down, but I'm gonna fire it back up in a little bit. So if you guys haven't already, now's the time to tap my profile and hit the notifications bell. And when you do that, you'll get alerted that I opened up the new space.
Hey Augustus, did you do the new commercial that Nicole Shanahan's posting?
She has her
The
own
Independence?
team. She has her own team.
Who did that one? The Independence commercial. It's fantastic, dude.
Yeah, her team did that.
Augustus, thanks for the
Amazing.
space, man.
Good job.
Thanks for the space.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna come
Guys,
back
you realize that
with an even better topic.
hey, you guys realize that the Kennedys have been the base
yeah, like
of
I
the
said, if you
Democrat
guys haven't
Party.
already, tap my profile, hit the bell next to my name, and get notified for when I have a space open. Make sure you give Reacher a follow, and we'll be back in a little bit.
Good luck with your call.
Thanks.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קדשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להעליג נר שבת בני פרי הגפן.
Every day, 5,700 children become orphaned.
We tend to think that our spirit is in our body. That's actually not correct. Your body is in your spirit.